It's the OHSAA Regional Finals here at Hayden Park in the beautiful Oxford, Ohio. One of the most highly anticipated matchups of the year, the rematch of the Mason Comets and the Moeller Crusaders. It could determine the state championship, and boy, are we in for a treat tonight. My name is Adam Little, joined alongside my partner for tonight's broadcast, my twin brother Andrew Little. And Andrew, I mean, this is just an exciting game.
Yeah, and it's always exciting when the Comets and Crusaders face off. And, we had a great game at Prasco Park a few weeks back. Moeller came out on top in 10 innings. And you got to remember, high school games, they play 7, not 9. So that's a lot more extra innings than we're used to. So hopefully that's another good one tonight.
Yeah, and Moeller not wasting any time on the mound tonight is their ace, Zion Theophilus, not only the top pitcher in Ohio, but one of the top pitchers in the country, committed to play baseball at LSU, who recently won a national championship. And you think Jake Hanley throws some heat, Zion Theophilus, he's a flamethrower.
Yeah, he's pushing fastballs in the upper 90s, but the Comets, they had a little bit of success against him. He came in to relieve in that Prasco matchup through 2 innings. He did strike out 4 guys, but Comets hit him twice. He had 2 walks, and he ended up getting taken out for the last 2 innings of the game. So Mason is feeling pretty confident against Theophilus despite his reputation as one of the best pitchers in the entire country for his age group.
Yeah, the Comets rattled him at Prasco, and certainly hoping to do the same thing tonight, as it's going to be Alex Kelling to start things off for the Comets, the Ohio State commit, and had a great game yesterday versus Elder.
Yep, Kelling, 3 hits yesterday, 2 doubles. See if he can replicate that success.
And Theophilus, first pitch fouled back by Kelling.
Yeah, but Ohio State, I think we even made this joke in the Prasco game. We got the Joe Burrow at bat right now, LSU commit versus an Ohio State commit.
Theophilus stretches that one inside. Kelling puts it in the air and will be fielded cleanly in left field by Javon Love. And Javon Love, that is a name to keep in the back of your head all game long. We were talking about this pregame, but almost single-handedly helped propel Moeller to success in that Prasco game, not only offensively but defensively as well.
Yeah, he made a throw from left field to throw out Drew Johnson at the plate, and when the Comets were on an offensive run, it swung the tides of the game, and then he had a double, so he's a two-way threat.
First pitch to Hanley is in the dirt and goes behind the backstop. Hanley started the game for the Comets yesterday, and it was kind of an odd spur of events. Started the first 2 innings, was taken out the third after the Comets took a 6-0 lead, but the Comets put him back in the game, and he finished things off as that one hit past the second baseman, Valentic, and Jake Hanley, first Comet runner on board.
Yep, and Hanley had a hit just like that yesterday, and it was an RBI. This time nobody on base, but still Hanley gets the single and, knocks through. You've got a hit against Theophilus now, so cat's out of the bag, and you bring up the middle of the lineup.
It's always good to get that first hit of the game, and now that'll bring Drew Stevens up to the plate, one of the most consistent Comet hitters, batting .373 as he's late on that first pitch.
Yep, and Stevens had a hit, a walk, and a run yesterday.
Theophilus goes back-to-back off-speeds.
Yep, and his off-speed's still coming in hotter than most pitches you'll see, 82 and 85 miles an hour in those last few pitches.
0-2 count for Stevens. Theophilus, that one, he catches Stevens looking for 3 straight strikes. And he'll tack on the second out of the first inning.
And right there, that fastball, have to commit early, and Drew Stevens let it go low outside, able to clip the corner. It's an impressive hit. And Theophilus starting to grow some confidence here in the first inning.
To the plate will be Mark Rutherford. Almost took one out of the park yesterday versus Elder and went all the way to the warning track. Certainly adds some power to this Comet team as he takes a check swing on that one, and they're going to say he went.
Rutherford had a triple against the Crusaders at Prasco Park.
That ball drops in for strike 2. Diapolis opening up his arsenal so far tonight. Haven't seen very many fastballs. The 0-2 pitch with 2 outs. And he catches Rutherford swinging, so Jake Hanley gets on base. But the Comets leave 1 on in the top of the first. Zion Theophilus, 2 strikeouts to end the inning. And coming up next, the Moeller offense will look to get their bats moving here at Hayden Park in Oxford, Ohio. Leading off for the Crusaders will be the center fielder, Will McCullough, hitting .360 on the year. And Andrew, when you look up and down this Moeller lineup, there really aren't a lot of guys that aren't hitting 300.
No, not a lot of guys not hitting 300. Not a lot of guys not playing to the next level. McCullough playing at Davidson next year.
And on the mound for the Comets is Michael Bilo, the George Mason commit. And Bilo, really one of the most underrated players on this Comet team, had a dominant performance against Moeller. And you see on our left graphic, was accredited with a loss. When looking at his stats, it's pretty unbelievable to think about. Did not allow a hit through 3 innings, retired 8 of his 9 batters with strikeouts, but errors from the Comets defense was the reason for that, as he will catch McCullough on the check swing for his first strikeout, as he makes it 9 strikeouts against Moeller this year.
And through 5 at-bats, the Comets have McCullough's number. He struck out twice, had no hits against Mason at Prasco, and Bilo gets him off the board early with a strikeout there.
Will now be Luke Papano, junior designated hitter.
Papano committed to play baseball at Ole Miss, so another SEC commit on this Moeller roster.
First pitch from Bilo just high.
Yeah, feeling it out in Bilo. A 92-mile-an-hour fastball there. That's the upper end of his velocity. And Crusaders really struggled to hit his fastball at Prasco.
That curveball drops in for a strike. One count for the junior, as Papano fouls that one back.
And Bilo goes back to the fastball after the curve, puts that one inside.
Bilo looking to assert his dominance early. 1 strikeout already, looking to make it 2. The 1-2 pitch inside almost grabs Papano's jersey.
Yeah, back-to-back inside fastballs. That one Too far off the zone.
2-2 pitch, and he gets Papano swinging. 80 miles an hour on the off speed, and that's 2 straight strikeouts for Beto and 4 straight strikeouts in this game.
Yep, and a great setup there. Back-to-back inside fastball. Papano's watching out for that. And then sends the breaking ball. It starts out outside, then comes in to the inside corner of the plate. Can't hit it. Back-to-back strikeouts for Beto.
And Belo's first pitch to Ponatoski, low and inside. Matt Ponatoski, arguably the biggest threat on this Moeller offense, had an outstanding performance at Prasco on April 20th.
Yeah, but he went 3 for 4 in that game with 2 RBIs, including a home run. He can hit it anywhere in the ballpark. It's definitely something Beto has in the back of his mind.
Early 2-0 lead for Ponatoski, and it'll be 3-0. Ponatoski just a sophomore, but also Moeller's starting quarterback in football, so an all-around athlete for Coach Held. The 3-0 count, that one in the dirt, and Beto allows his first base runner.
And that's Ponatoski's 23rd walk of the season. Ties the guy coming up to the plate right now, Carter Christensen, for the most walks on the team. Christensen batting .359 on the season, has 1 home run, 18 RBIs, 3 triples, and 2 doubles. So a big power threat in the cleanup spot.
Ponatoski a big lead at first, as Beto takes a check at him.
Christensen, another guy who struggled against Mason earlier. No hits in that game at Prasco Park.
First pitch to Christensen, low.
And velocity dropped way down on that off.
Beto takes a look. Goes back again.
Ponatoski, 12 stolen bases this season, so he's a threat on the base paths.
Second pitch outside.
6 straight balls thrown by Beto.
Uncharacteristic.
Yep, struck out his first 2 batters and now really struggling to find the zone.
Beto known for his consistency and control. 2 outs as that one hit up the middle. Sulik gets there in time, and he'll get it to second as Sulik shows off his speed. Makes a nice play to retire Ponatoski for the 3rd out, ending the first inning. Tie ball game 0-0 here at Miami for the regional final action here on Mason Sports Radio. Anthony Sulik, we just saw him make that defensive play to end the first. Now he steps into the box to open up the second inning for the Comets, and he fouls his first pitch off. Sulik is somebody these past 2 years has just really worked his way up the lineup. Hit 269 this year, one of his best seasons offensively, but certainly known for his defensive capabilities, but having a nice little offensive year as well.
Yeah, but now in the middle of the lineup, playing a key role on offense as well as defense.
Theophilus delivers the 1-1 pitch. That one hit to third, and Ponatoski the quick throw over to first.
And when that one came off the bat, I think Sulik was hoping to have a chance to run it out, but Ponatoski stepped up immediately and was able to make the quick throw. There was no chance for Sulik to get to first base.
And it'll be Hutch Crociata, the lefty, to step into the box for Mason, one of just 2 juniors in the lineup tonight.
Had one of his best games of the season yesterday against Elder, 2 for 3, including an RBI.
That one called on the outside corner for strike 1.
Yep, that pitch away from Crociata. A hard decision to make at the plate. And
Theophilus moving with some tempo.
once again, breaks away from Crociata, but this time misses the zone.
1-1 as Crociata fouls that one behind the Moeller dugout.
And Theophilus been getting ahead in a lot of these counts and putting the pressure on the Comet batters.
That was something they were not used to yesterday against Elder. Comets were getting ahead a lot of their at-bats as Crociata chops that one foul.
Yep, got ahead on that swing. And Theophilus brought that breaking ball down to 67 miles an hour. And so when you're usually throwing mid to upper 80s and even fastballs in the 90s, easy for Crociata to swing early there, send that foul.
The 1-2 delivery on the inside. Moeller fans wanted to strike, but missed the zone.
Close call, but good eye from Crociata, and he'll stay alive.
Two-two, and he'll get Crociata on the check swing. And we saw that happen yesterday as well. Crociata was rung up on, I believe, two strikeouts on check swings. Maybe not 2, but at least 1.
Yeah, and that pitch was on the high end of the zone, and Crociata didn't commit to the swing. Should have gone, probably should have went all the way. Would have been an umpire's decision on whether that was in the zone or out of the zone.
First pitch to Drew Johnson is high. That one clocking in at 95.
Johnson scored a run yesterday. Also had an RBI, sacrifice hit.
Johnson hits that one up the middle, but a running effort from Will McCullough, and he will get underneath that one. Nice play in the outfield from the center fielder, and Theophilus takes down 3 straight batters. Bottom of the second action coming up next here on Mason Sports Radio. Connor Kuzo to start things off for Moeller. 450 batting average from the sophomore.
Yeah, one of the most impressive slash lines you'll ever see. 449 average, 9 doubles, 6 home runs, 37 RBIs, and an 821 slugging percentage. All of those except for the average leading the Crusader lineup.
Belo back on the mound for the second inning. He had 2 strikeouts in the first. Allowed 1 walk. One 0 pitch for Kuzo. Drops in for strike number 1. Fires this one. 79.
But have to be strategic with the curveball. Kuzo, a power hitter, can take that one over the fence, but Belo with good placement there, and Kuzo swings and misses.
Belo shakes off his first 2 pitches. The 1-2 delivery goes back with the same pitch. That one fouled.
Kuzo just stays alive there.
Gotta expect Kuzo's gonna be swinging here. 1-2, and he's never afraid to turn it. That one high.
And 3 strikeouts, went 0 for 4 against the Comets last time, so it has to be in Kuzo's mind. Want to get off to a better start today than he did.
That one hit up in the air into the Moeller bullpen. And it will go foul.
So, Kuzo continuing to stay alive in this at bat, battling with Belo. Steps out of the batter's box, takes a deep breath here with the even count.
That one waiting on the call. Comet fans don't like that. Just missed on the outside. Clocking in at 91.
Close call with that fastball. Typically Belo is going to be able to find the zone, but close call there and doesn't get it.
3-2 pitch, puts it in the same spot and gets Kuzo swinging.
Yeah, put it in the same spot, but this time goes to that curveball, and Kuzo can't handle it.
Now Forrest Day, the right fielder, up for Moeller.
Day batting .375 this season. Fouls off the first pitch. Day had a triple against the Comets, and their first matchup went 1 for 5. Let strike 2 go in. So Belo ahead in the count now.
And this is when Belo thrives once he gets ahead. And Belo, you'll notice, shakes off pitches a lot more than most of the Comet pitchers. Just shook off 4 there. That one right on the inside, just misses, but it was a good 0-2 pitch. 1-2 now with 1 out. Curveball outside.
Yep, tried to get Day to chase there, but that curveball broke a little early, way away from the plate.
2-2 to number 2. And he fires it on the outside corner. And he'll catch Day looking. 2 strikeouts in the second.
Have been Day frustrated with himself as he let that one pass. And Belo had a couple off speeds missed the zone on the outside and let one go there, but it was fastball. Didn't have time to adjust.
First pitch to Valencic drops in for strike one.
Valencic, a .261 batter this season. Fouls off the second pitch. It's a fastball. Valencic also hitless against the Comets at Prasco.
Fouls back the third pitch.
And late swing there, but able to chop it off. Stay alive.
Below ahead 0-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. As he delivers to Valencic. Pitch low.
Once again, with ahead in the count, Below trying to get the Moeller batter to chase, but Valencic stays disciplined.
And Below will step off for a time to regain himself.
If Below can get the strikeout here, it'd be a quick inning. He's thrown just 28 pitches through the first 2 innings.
That one in the same spot, clocking in at 91 miles per hour.
Valencic patient, despite giving up 2 strikes already.
Below delivers. That one hit towards center, and Brad Hart falls underneath it to retire. The Crusaders headed into the 3rd inning, tie ball game. Only 1 hit so far. Comets looking to get the bats rolling in the top of the 3rd. Casey Donor starting off the 3rd inning for Mason. Right-handed senior. Hitting 208 on the year. But when he gets control of the ball, he's got some power.
Yep, and Donor was able to score twice yesterday.
Pitch number 2 drops in for strike number 2.
Theophilus already has 3 strikeouts through 2 innings and set up nicely here with the 0-2 count.
That one low and outside. Theophilus moving with some serious tempo. And compared to yesterday's game, which took almost 3 hours, this one definitely going a lot quicker, Andrew.
Both these pitchers moving at a consistent pace.
Donor fouls that one back.
These past 2 pitches, Theophilus has almost tipped what he's about to throw with a big windup for those fastballs. I think Donor caught on.
Donor turns early on the curveball. Theophilus would have deked you out there. He had kind of the big wind up on the off speed.
Not quite. A little bit of a different movement.
Goes back with the same pitch. Donor staying alive.
Donor just protecting the plate at this point. Unfortunately for him, too often this year he's gotten behind early in the counts and has had to play from this position.
Theophilus with the fastball, and Donor flies that one in between left and center, but McCullough will fall underneath it. He's had a busy day so far out there in center.
And McCullough ended the inning in the second with a nice catch in center, moving to his right, and once again gets one there. Now, Comets' ninth batter, Brad Hart, up to the plate. Batting 180 this season. He went 1 for 3 with an RBI yesterday.
Strike one right down the middle. And goes back and gets Hart swing on the inside.
Yeah, back-to-back fastballs. Theophilus feels good about that pitch here against Hart, making things difficult. Look for an off speed.
That one almost hits Hart. 3 straight fastballs. That one, the fastest of the 3, clocking in at 95. And when you have a 95-mile-an-hour fastball coming at you, it has to make you flinch. And Hart watches the curveball as it drops in for strike number 3. Both these pitchers tonight getting it done so far on the mound.
Yep, strikeout number 4 for Theophilus. Bilo has 4 strikeouts, and right there, Theophilus threw 3 straight strikeouts. The last one was pretty inside, or excuse me, 3 straight fastballs. Last one was inside, and then moved away with an outside curveball to finish the job.
Comets back at the top of the lineup. Alex Kelling will watch strike 1.
This is Kelling's 111th at bat this season, or 101st, excuse me.
So he's pitch high.
Only player in this matchup to cross the century barrier. And unless Hanley goes to plate 6 times, he's going to stay that way as the only guy with 100 at bats.
Kelling fouls pitch number 3 back.
Once again, Theophilus where he wants to be, up 1-2 on Kelling.
The 1-2 pitch. Inside, but he'll catch Kelling swinging on the drop third strike. A quick top of the third. Comets remain scoreless here at Hayden Field. bottom of the third. Michael Belo making his way through the Moeller lineup so far tonight. It'll be Javon Love, the star left fielder for Moeller, as he'll watch pitch one in the dirt.
Love slashing .477 this year, a .773 slugging percentage. He's got 2 home runs, 5 doubles.
Belo's second pitch just misses.
Typically, this 8th batter is not necessarily one of the power hitters in the lineup, but Love is the exception to that rule. A big threat.
He's got 2 home runs on the year.
Belo finds the strike zone there.
Two-one count for Love. Gets a piece of that, just fouled down the third base line.
Now even count. Belo 4 strikeouts already. He struck out the first 2 batters in the first inning and the first 2 batters in the second inning.
Belo steps off. This official calls a quick timeout to clear something from the Moeller dugout. Love ready. 2-2 count. Rutherford the frame, but can't get the call. That one just slow and outside.
A full count. Love. He's been walked 17 times this season.
Full count for Belo. He delivers and catches Love looking, and Love knew it right when he saw it. Dropped it in 70 miles an hour. Belo racking it up tonight.
Been right there. That, and with the off speed, that's a difficult play for Love to make because you see the off speed and it's coming at you. It's out of the zone, but then drops in. It was strike, and Love frustrated, I'm sure. First pitch, fastball up high, misses the zone for Griffin Booth, the catcher.
Second pitch, just inside as well.
Booth went 1 for 3 with a double and RBI and scored twice against the Comets in their earlier matchup.
Belo pounding that inside corner as that one gonna be fouled back. 2-1 count. Check swing, and they're gonna say he went. 2-2 now for Belo with 1 out. Back in control of this at bat. The 2-2 pitch drops in for strike 3. And it's been a pitching duel so far tonight. Belo dominating the mound. No hits given up through the first 3.
Yep, and he's got 6 strikeouts. And he struck out the first 2 batters in every single inning so far. And it's no wonder that Belo's been able to go the distance in 5 of his 10 starts. Very efficient with his pitching, and just 44 pitches thrown so far.
First pitch sneaks inside for strike 1. Back at the top of the lineup, it's Will McCall. He's had a nice game defensively so far, looking to translate that into some offense here.
McCullough struck out his first at-bat. Now 1-1 count here with 2 outs. And if the pattern continues, McCullough will be putting this one in the field of play.
1-1. That one up in the air. Suluk calls it. And doesn't let the sun stop him from pulling in the 3rd out. Scoreless through 3 here at Hayden Park for the regional final action. Mason versus Moeller. Make sure you stay tuned here on Mason Sports Radio. LSU versus Indiana. As Theophilus facing off for the second time tonight against Jake Hanley. Hanley has the only hit in tonight's game. Has first pitch low.
But Hanley went over 100 pitches yesterday against Elder and now already has a hit at the plate.
Nice off speed there from Theophilus. Dropping in for strike one. Quick pitch now and catches Hanley swinging inside. Again, seems like we've said this at every at-bat, but Theophilus gets ahead.
1-2 now, and
Hanley turns early on that and fouls it.
but not the best pitch for Hanley to hit there, but has to swing at it, protect the plate with the 1-2, and able to get it foul and stay alive.
1-2 pitch again. And a check swing, but he's going to make it to first on the drop third strike. So Hanley on base for the second time tonight. Heads up base running. Immediately recognizes that ball went by.
Yep, and when that ball broke, Hanley recognized, ooh, probably shouldn't have swung there, but able to stay composed and get to first base in time and didn't even give the catcher Griffin Booth a chance to throw back to first base. And so, yes, he struck out, but keeps his head up and gets on base and makes a play for the Comets.
Bring the Ashland commit Drew Stevens up as he shows bunt. That ball at his head. And Hanley will get the second. But a very scary pitch from Stevens, 93 miles an hour, coming right at
straight
right
at
your
his
dome.
face, and Stevens fell backwards, trying to lean away from it, and he'd rather take a chance falling on your head than getting hit by that baseball.
Hanley in scoring position. Stevens reaches for a bunt but misses.
Yeah, but Stevens, I like trying to have a bunt here and advance Hanley to third, but with that pitch, should have been able to recognize early enough and pull away. It'd be a 2-0 count right now.
1-1 for Stevens. He'll show again. Puts that one down, and that'll do the job. Hanley advances to third, and almost an error from the Crusaders, but luckily for their sake, Kuzo stays on the base.
Yep, Kuzo had some trouble handling that, but was close enough to Theophilus that he didn't have to stretch it all and was able to stay on the bag.
Job well done from Stevens as he advances Hanley over to third, one out. Rutherford, all he needs to do is put one in the air. And he's more than capable of doing that here at Hayden Park. Sent one to the warning track in right field yesterday. That one drops in for strike one. Would have been a good pitch to do it.
Yep. Rutherford had a triple against Moeller earlier, like we've referenced, so an extra base threat for sure.
That one way outside. Rutherford ready for the 1-1 pitch, and yeah, let's get some swinging.
And he struck out swinging in his first at-bat in the first inning. Theophilus has 6 strikeouts, looking to make it 7 with this 1-2 count.
1-2, and he does. Rutherford, 2 strikeouts. That makes things a lot harder for the Comets. So now there's 2 outs on the board, can't get a sac fly.
Yeah, all he really needed to do was get the ball in play, and Jake Hanley was probably headed home, but Theophilus gets the job done and punches out Rutherford for a second time tonight.
First pitch to Anthony Sulik, fired in for strike one.
That was a blink and you'll miss it pitch, 95 miles an hour, right into the middle of the zone, and Sulik didn't have a chance to flinch.
Sulik sends that one into left field. And Love misses it. Hanley comes in to score. Sulik coming around to third, and he slides off the bag. And Sulik frustrated there, but still can put on a smile knowing that he brought in Jake Hanley, and the Mason Comets take the early 1-0 lead. Sulik, the triple, will bring in Hanley. And things starting to heat up here at Hayden Park in the regional finals. Comets up 1-0. Bottom of the fourth now. And Moeller looking to bounce back. Matt Ponatoski stepping into the box. Or excuse me, Luke Papano. And first pitch, a swing and a miss from Belo's 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
Having pressure on the Crusaders now, and good timing. They're entering the middle of the lineup with Papano in the 2-hole.
Papano calls time.
Ole Miss commit with a take inside.
Good pitch there from Belo. That's called strike. That one on the low inside corner. Arguably the hardest pitch in baseball to hit, the fastball. Inside and low.
And now Papano, who struck out in his first at bat in a tough spot.
Check swing from Papano, and Rutherford able to easily get him at first, one down. As now Matt Ponatoski will head to the plate.
And Ponatoski, the only Crusader who's been on base so far, walked in the first inning.
First pitch, just high, no strike called.
Check swing there. Comets thought he went.
The 1-0 pitch from Belo, high as well. Ponatoski stay patient now, up 2-0, waiting for his pitch. As Belo fires back and drops in the curveball for strike one.
Ponatoski looking to get a spark here. He was the guy that did it last game with the home run.
Goes back with the same pitch, fouled off. As Belo recovers, making it 2-2.
But now Belo, where he has Ponatoski where he wants him.
Belo taking his time, delivers. Fires that one high for ball 3.
That pitch in the sky, and just Belo not able to place the pitch where he wanted to. Wasn't going to get Ponatoski to chase.
Full count. Ponatoski stays alive.
That ball broke just before reaching the plate. Would have been a strike, and Panatoski able to stay alive.
Full count pitch. And he gets Panatoski on the check swing. Another strikeout for Michael Bilo. And it's just been a strikeout barrage tonight.
Bilo's 8th strikeout already. He had 8 strikeouts against the Crusaders at Prasco in 3 innings pitched. Now almost at 4 with 8. That ball streaking inside at 91 miles an hour. Christensen moves away from it.
That one hit towards Kelling. Gets it to Hanley. Just in time. It's 3 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Comets hold their 1-0 lead. Top of the 5th action coming up next. 53 minutes into this game. It's been a fastball game. The Comets in control. Hutch Crociata starting things off in the 5th. Comets put on a run last inning. 2 hits on the night so far. Moeller still hitless. And Zion Theophilus had a nice day on the mound. Comets took advantage of a wild pitch. And Crociata will show bunt. Sprinting to first. That one low and an error. Crociata on his way to second. And he's making it to 3rd. And almost slid off the bag just like Sulik did. And how about that, Andrew? A bunt triple.
Yeah, and errors were the problem for both of these teams in the Prasco matchup. Moeller had 4. It's what helped the Comets get out to a big lead. And then Mason had 2 late in the game. Ended up winning the game for the Crusaders. And we just saw our first one there at first place. And Crociata able to get there and then get all the way around. And so Jake Hanley scored on a drop 3rd strike. And now on a bunt there, Crociata at 3rd. Moeller has to be unhappy. The Comets' best looks have come from plays that should have resulted in outs.
We'll see how Theophilus bounces back. That one hit up the middle, off Theophilus' arm. And he eyes Crociata down and makes the play at first as Johnson's retired for out number 1.
That's an unfortunate spot for the Comets and Johnson. It's a solid hit in contact, but right to Theophilus, but it's to a point where Crociata can't run home and not enough space for Johnson to get to the first base. It's in that middle zone where the Comets can't really do anything, just have to run it out and hope, and Theophilus makes the play.
That ball did hit Theophilus' throwing arm, but doesn't seem to be an issue.
Takes a little bit extra time in between these at-bats, but looks ready to go.
Casey Donor will show bunt. Crociata on his way home, and Moeller will easily get him as the squeeze unsuccessful.
Crociata didn't have enough of a jump, and that bunt didn't get far enough. And Theophilus able to make the play, so Comets had a great look, and it's taken away quickly. 2 outs now.
I'll bring Brad Hart up, the 9-hole hitter. Struck out looking his last at bat. Fouls his first pitch off.
Hart chases the fastball on the first pitch of the count. Well, and outside, and he fouled it the same way.
0-1 count for Hart. Swing and a miss on the inside, change up.
That off speed more inside, and Hart committed to it early, had to go all the way.
2 strikes. Johnson on the move, but it won't matter as Hart retired to end the top of the 5th. Comets almost tack another on, but a nice defensive play from Zion Theophilus keeps things at a 1-run game. 1-0 the score here at Hayden Park. Connor Kuzo back up to the plate. Struck out last at bat. That's a common theme for this Moeller offense. Michael Bilo has been on a tear in the first 4 innings, looking to continue that here. And fires in strike number 1.
And Moeller caught a break defensively in the last half inning. Comets had a man on third with no outs.
Catches Kuzo swinging for strike 2, and again, Bilo gets ahead. Both Theophilus and Bilo, we've said that multiple times tonight. The key for them has just been getting ahead in the count, and when they haven't, that's when the Comets were able to take advantage.
And both these guys, stick closely to the zone.
And Kuzo chases the outside pitch there, and another strikeout added to Bilo's total.
Yeah, and just as I say, Bilo's been sticking closely to the zone on his pitches. He throws an off-speed off the plate there and gets Kuzo to chase. But you can afford to do that when you have an 0-2 count and executed perfectly. It's another the leadoff batter has struck out every inning so far for Moeller.
First pitch fouled back into the Moeller dugout. Forrest Day, the right fielder, up to the plate, and Day, one of just 2 senior starters in the lineup for Moeller tonight. A very young team, and arguably 2 of their best players, Matt Ponatoski and Connor Kuzo, who lead the team in batting average, are sophomores, as he drills that one into center field, and Hart takes care of it for out number 2.
And our trend of 2 strikeouts and a out in the field has finally come to an end. This Day sent that one in the outfield, but Brad Hart, who so much experience in the outfield as a senior, brings that one home.
Two down early will bring up Charlie Valencic, the junior second baseman. Bilo sneaks that one inside for strike 1.
That off off speed, just dropped at the last moment into the corner of the zone. Tough pitch to hit.
That one hit the Suluk, fielded cleanly. And a routine play for the senior shortstop. Quick bottom of the 5th. Only 2 innings to go here in Oxford, Ohio. The regional finals, Comets and Crusaders. We'll see who comes out on top. Third time around for the Comets offense. The Ohio State commit stepping into the box as he swings at the first pitch. Hit right to first, and Theophilus makes the banana peel route to retire Kelling.
It's been a quick game and a quick out there. Now Hanley back up to the plate, scored in his last appearance, had a drop third strike, and made it all the way around the bases.
First pitch to Hanley, a swing and a miss. Hanley, we always say this, always a mention, always a threat to take one out, and he puts a barrel on that one to the wall, makes it to second, and will hold off safely there. And that will get the Comets dugout fired up. And tell you what, Andrew, normally I have an announcer's jinx, but that time predicted that.
Walked right into it, yeah, and Jake Hanley, he has about one of those hits. It seems like every game where he just rips it to right field near the fence line and gets a stand-up double there. Anthony Suluk had the triple out into left field. Hanley with the double. The Comet bats are rolling, and it couldn't have come at a better time.
One out, and Hanley in scoring position yet again. That'll bring Drew Stevens up to the plate as he watches ball, or strike one, excuse me.
Yeah, Theophilus not going to make it easy already with a strike. And he struck out Stevens once today. One of Theophilus's 8 strikeouts already.
That one fouled right.
And Hanley was about to run, try to steal third, but jumped back once Stevens swung. So Theophilus having to keep an eye on the runner at second.
Yeah, and this deep into the playoffs, such a close and important game. Coach Bly's going to be extra cautious sending runners. 0-2 pitch. And Stevens rips that one through the gap. Hanley will stay at third, and now runners on the corners as that brings up the power hitter Mark Rutherford.
And power is what the Comets are looking for. We saw the extra caution there as Hanley was a little hesitant to jump from second base and then stayed at third to not get the green light. Comets have one out, but things can change very quickly. Mark Rutherford known for putting the ball into the outfield. That's all it would take to advance at least one runner home. And
Yeah, he struck
Stevens
out.
finally gets that hit he's been waiting for today.
Struck out last time. Hanley was on third. Like you mentioned, looking to at least put one in play here.
Yeah, 2 strikeouts and 2 at-bats for Rutherford.
Theophilus delivers. Stevens on his way to second, but bunt goes foul.
And last inning, Win Crociata was on third base with just 1 out. Comets went for the bunt. It might be the strategy again here, and with a man on first, it makes it a little bit more of a tough decision with where to go with the ball.
Ponatoski playing very shallow at third. That one inside almost gets away from Booth. But the junior catcher does a nice job of keeping that ball down.
That could have been very dangerous. Hanley unlikely to have gone, but Stevens could have made a run for second base and would have put a second man in scoring position.
1-1 count. Stevens on his way. Rutherford on his way to first, and nobody's there. Miscommunication from Moeller as Theophilus went to field it, and so did Kuzo, and second baseman Charlie Valencic wasn't there to cover.
And that bunt was hit pretty high by Rutherford. Almost thought there was a chance that it could get caught, and Hanley, because of that, had to stay back. And it's not what the Comets were expecting from that play, but it's a pretty favorable outcome. Now bases are loaded with 1 out, but double play, beware. And Sulik coming off a triple, hit deep into left field, looking to replicate that. Doesn't even need to get on the plate on the bases himself. Just needs to advance a runner.
It's the mental errors like that that will drive Coach Bly and Coach Held up a wall. Bases loaded now with 1 out. And Theophilus, beautiful first pitch strike.
Yeah, but that curveball came a little bit inside towards the bottom of the zone, and Sulik wasn't able to get a swing off.
1 count for Sulik. Theophilus delivers. And Sulik sends it down the third baseline. Hanley comes home. Steven comes home. And a sliding effort from the pinch runner, Tyler Dalton, will send what would be Rutherford to third. And Sulik, what a game so far. 2 amazing and key plays in the field, but how about the triple and double?
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. Sulik's been working his way up since his sophomore year, been a fixture defensively, and now he's in the middle of the lineup in kind of a big 3 RBIs, 2 extra base hits. Got some experience as a sophomore in the playoffs in that deep run to the state Final Four, mostly as a base runner, and now with 2 of the most clutch hits this team's had in a long, long time. And the Comets have the Crusaders on the ropes.
3-0 lead for the Comets. Top of the 6th. And doesn't feel like we're already in the 6th inning.
We
It's
had
been a fast game.
a long, long game yesterday against Elder. The Comets put up 8 runs early, and so it slowed down the pace. And it was an offensive barrage there. Just 3 runs so far combined, and 2 of those just came. So a low-scoring, quick affair here.
1 out count for Crociata.
Fouled straight back.
And just a sense of buzz
Yeah,
in the Mason stands now.
This is a
And the difference from
packed
1
house.
run lead and a 3-run lead here in the 6th is huge.
Yeah, those 2 courtesy runs are massive. And we saw this game go into 4 extra innings last time.
Crociata shows bunt. That one in the air. And not much Dalton can do about that as Pontatoski turns a very easy double play to end the top of the 6th. Comets tack on 2 runs, 3-0 the lead here at Hayden Park in the OHSAA Regional Final. It'll be Javon Love to start things off for the Crusaders in the bottom of the 6th. Looking to bounce back. For those of you just joining us, Comets added 1 run in the 4th inning off an Anthony Sulik triple, and then last inning in the 6th, an Anthony Sulik double brought in 2 runs. That one fouled down the baseline, and Jake Hanley pulls it in right near the Comets bullpen for out number 1. And Andrew, I'm not going to say it because of our
Just stop.
good old jinx.
Just stop.
But Bilo, he's pitching very well right now, and Moeller has not put bat on the baseball.
I already broke a jinx when I said just before when we were off air that every inning had started with a strikeout so far, and Love just broke that trend with the pop out. So you don't need to say anything, Adam.
That will bring up Griffin Booth to the plate as change up for strike 1, and it seems like Bilo's just firing a strike on every first pitch.
Yeah, both of these pitchers, Bilo and Theopolis, are getting ahead, and it's making it really difficult on the batters.
Check swing goes. Bilo up 2 strikes again.
And it is the pinch hitter, Jake Bell, the junior, up to the plate in place of Griffin Booth.
Pitch just high. Good miss.
Bell batting .222 this season. That pitch gets away from Bilo. Low and outside, looking to get Bell to chase. Now even count.
2-2 count with 1 out. Bilo delivers. And Rutherford blocks it.
So Bell patient, fights back, and now with the full count.
Patient at bat so far from the pinch hitter. Full count delivery. That one just outside, and Comet fans thought they had a strikeout there.
And I know we're Mason Sports Radio, Adam, but I think I gotta agree with the call there.
I agree.
And go away from the Comet fans. And that's just Bilo's 2nd walk allowed. He's been excellent keeping his pitches in the zone, but it took a pinch hitter to get back on the bases.
Back at the top of the lineup for Will McCullough. That one gets past Rutherford, recovers, misses the throw down to 2nd. Bell will stay at 2nd, but that one, Rutherford took a lucky bounce off the umpire's foot, and he had some room.
Yeah, and that's the mistakes in the field is where it's been the kryptonite for both these teams this season. Moeller had a pass ball earlier and it helped Jake Hanley get in scoring position for the first run of the game. They have an error. The Comets don't quite have one there, but if Bell had gone to third base, he would have had a chance.
One out. Now double play out of the question for the Comets. 1-0 count for McCullough. That one outside as well.
So Bilo now a little bit more frazzled than he's been the past 5 innings. 1-0 count, has a man on 2nd. That's uncharted territory.
Bilo drops one in for the strike number 1. Big lead from Bell at 2nd. Moeller gets a piece of it. Stevens fires it to 1st. 2 outs now on the board. Runner advances to 3rd.
Yep. So Moeller has a man in scoring position, but 2 outs. Bilo can get out of a pinch here and keep Moeller scoreless. But Papano is no easy task. At the plate, he's got 17 RBIs this season. This would be a great time for number 18, but he struck out twice already. Let's strike one. Fall in from a curve.
That one just grazes the outside corner. Oh, 1 pitch. Hit right to Kelling. Kelling, routine play to first. Comets hold Moeller scoreless. And Michael Beal had to hold his breath that inning. 3-0 still the score. 6 hits for the Comets, 0 for Moeller, headed into the top of the 7th here at Hayden Park. Final inning of action here in the regional finals in Oxford, Ohio. Comets on top of the Crusaders 3-0 as the number 7 hitter Drew Johnson steps into the box for Mason. Pitching change for Moeller. It'll be Kellen Klosterman now on the mound.
You have the senior, a Notre Dame commit. His first game of the season was against the Comets at Brasco Park, and he really struggled. He gave up 3 runs in that game in just 2 innings pitched, but has been much better since then.
It's a serious movement on that pitch, but just a little bit too much. Fouls out of the zone. 2-0 count for Johnson, and he'll watch the fastball for strike 1.
Klosterman relieved in the Lakota East game most recently.
That one hit to second, fielded cleanly by Valencic for the first out of the 7th.
And Kuzo at first base, able to hold strong and get the out, and that brings up Casey Donor now to the plate, the senior, and the seniors have had some great games. Jake Hanley scored twice, Drew Stevens scored once, both seniors. Anthony Sulik, the senior shortstop, with 3 RBIs. That strike drops in. Donor 2 at-bats today, but it remains hitless.
Klosterman moving with tempo and catches Donor on the slider. That was a filthy pitch, Andrew.
Yeah, Ben Klosterman, 32 strikeouts this year in 24 innings pitched. He's tough to hit.
Goes right back, drop third strike. Donor tries showing off his speed, but can't make it in time. As Klosterman goes 3 straight sliders to retire Donor.
Yeah, Ben Booth a little bit late on the throw to first, but able to make it safely, and gets Donor out. So quick 2 outs for the Crusaders.
Brad Hart now up for the Comets as he watches strike 1. Second pitch in, drills the inside corner. Hart down 0-2 yet again.
Yeah, tough calls, and he struck out twice today already.
both looking, I believe.
It's been a challenge. And here has to swing at anything close to the plate to stay alive, keep this inning alive. Another courtesy run would be huge.
Hart turns just early on that, fouls it down the first baseline.
Yeah, then with the 0-2, the Comets have a cushion, a 3-run cushion, but can't feel too comfortable with that Moeller lineup coming up.
The 0-2 pitch from Klosterman, and he catches Hart swinging for out number 3. 3 outs to go here at Hayden Park in the regional final. Can Moeller come from behind and pull out a miracle victory, or will Michael Below and the Comets stay strong? Bottom of the 7th, coming up next on Mason Sports Radio. Final inning of action in the heart of the Moeller lineup. Up to the plate, Matt Ponatoski, the sophomore slugger. And this is exactly who Coach Held wants up to the plate right now.
Yeah, so not an ideal situation for the Crusaders being down 3-0, but this is exactly who you want at the plate. It's Ponatoski, then Christensen and Kuzo, 3 of the best hitters in the city.
First pitch from Below inside.
Below, he's thrown 78 pitches so far, 9 strikeouts. It's been a great day for the senior George Mason signee.
The 1-0 pitch drops barely in for strike number 1. And Below starting to work with the corners these past few innings. And he goes back with the exact same pitch for strike 2. And the Comet faithful starting to get loud.
Happened 2 years ago. Mason, in this situation, was able to bring home the victory.
Below the pitch. And they say you went on the check swing. Mark Rutherford sends it down to third. And Ponatoski stunned. The first out of the 7th. 2 more to go for Michael Below.
And an exclamation mark there. A little bit of extra drama with the umpire behind the plate, motioning to the third base ump to make that decision. And now Below with his 10th strikeout.
Fires that one in for strike number 1.
And Christensen flashed one for a second. He's got 20 steals. He's got a lot of speed here. That ball gets behind Rutherford, but thankfully for him, nobody on the base paths, so the pass ball does no damage.
2 strikes. As Christensen will take a breather, steps back into the box, and Below ready to deliver. That one chopped down.
And that was Christensen's pitch. Curveball, 77 miles an hour, but not able to get great contact. Fouls it off, stays alive. And Below back to the stretch. Fires the fastball to the corner of the zone. Tom says he missed it.
1-2 count now for Bilo. 1 out. The pitch. That one low. Rutherford blocks it.
It went back to the outside low corner that time with the off speed. But can't get Christensen to bite.
The 2-2 count. That one hit towards center. Brad Hart calls it. 2 outs down. And one more. Michael Bilo looking to throw a no-hitter in the regional final.
And we've been trying not to say it. I guess the cat's out of the bag. Bilo in position to make history for the Comets. And Connor Cuso, who's hitting .449 entering today. The man with the chance to keep the Crusaders alive.
Comets defense will shift left. Expecting a pull from Connor Cuso. The first pitch from Bilo drops in for strike 1. 2 more.
Bilo, that off speed, been working well early in the count and gets it to go there.
0-1 pitch fouled back. And the entire Mason stands on their feet. 0-2 count, 2 outs. Michael Bilo looking to make history and send the Comets to the state Final Four. He steps. That one outside.
1-2 count, Bilo ahead.
Bilo shakes his first 3 pitches off. The 1-2 count, looking to make history. That one almost hits Christensen.
Bilo there with his most off-target pitch in yet. We'll have to shake it off. Even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
2s across the scoreboard. Bilo. The pitch. That one high. Christensen battles back from down 0-2. Full count now. The 3-2 pitch from Bilo. Hit in the air. Jake Hanley waving his arms. And he pulls it in. Michael Bilo, an improbable no-hitter here at Hayden Park. And the Comets are your regional champs.
And what a victory for the Comets. Can't stress how important this is. They get revenge for the earlier extra innings lost at Prasco, taking down the reigning state champions, and they're moving on. Going to play Perrysburg in the state Final Four. Comets were here 2 years ago. And now Michael Bilo, a legend in the making with a no-hitter in the regional finals. What a performance from the George Mason signee.
A dog pile at the mound. And high fives all around behind the Mason dugout in the stands. History has been made. The Comets are going back to the state Final Four. And we'll be there bringing you all the coverage. What a game it was. 6 hits, 3 runs. What a performance from Anthony Sulik, 3 RBIs. And the Comets are not done yet. From Hayden Park, big shout out to Alyssa Feinblatt and Isaac Vargo, our crew behind the scenes tonight. I've been Adam Little, joined alongside my brother Andrew Little. Comets pull out victory on the Michael Bilo no-hitter. Anthony Sulik's 3 RBIs propel the Comets to success, and the Comets keep marching.